The definition of execution is the carrying out or putting in effect of a plan, order, or, of course, action. In the footballing world, strategy, tactics, and philosophy have been the key elements to really bring a team to new heights, while at the same time winning games. But even with world-class tactics by managers that could have been invincible, without a proper execution by the on-pitch players, with just an empty talk incoming. So that's why in recent Man United matches couldn't conclude in one statement. Players had been buying into the tactics set up by Erik ten Hag, but the execution had been questionable at best. Misplacing pass from the back, unable to spot runners, head-scratching decision making. In the past years, there were a number of back examples that define execution at its best. So in this video, we'll have a look on different cases for execution matches, tactics eventually had Man United secure the win, and the importance of the execution. In case you didn't know, what is up ladies and gentlemen, I am Marvin, codename CM. Welcome to the Code United channel once again. If you in any shape or form stumble into this channel and somehow some way like this kind of content, do please like, share and subscribe to this channel, as each of your precious subscription will be a massive motivation for me to upload new content. And don't forget to ring your notification bell for every new upload. With that said, let's get straight into the video. Starting with a more recent thread. The Brazilian signed by Jose Mourinho in 2018, Fred was widely known for his relentless energy on the pitch, constantly hounding opponents using his high work rate, while also possessed above average technical ability on playmaking department. However, his inability to dictate midfield plays and would at times too erratic on his decision making, making unnecessary tackles close to the penalty box or extremely poor first touch. But his biggest issue was his small build got easily pushed over by a much more physical midfielder, as during his time he often paired with another strong ball winner in which Scott McTominay, whom adopted McFred, on a mixed to negative review as both were not midfield maestro, thus Man United unable to control matches. In the 22-23 season, Man United acquired Casemiro and Eriksen, who eventually end the McFred era. However, Eriksen's injury plus drop off in physicality in the mid-season meant Fred often paired with his fellow Brazilian to a surprising effect, as Casemiro underrated at that time his playmaking and defensive capability, combined with Fred's never-ending ground coverage, helped Man United secure many important wins. Most significant win will be against Man City. Erik ten Hag utilizing Fred's relentless pressing ability, he was given a heavy task of man-marking Man City ace Kevin De Bruyne, whom at that time was one of the Premier League best assist provider, and Fred executed perfectly, made the Belgian international life extremely difficult. Fred was almost an annoying glue, constantly harassing KDB with a heavy man marking, making KDB fairly uncomfortable. Fred's best moment were his double tackle on the KDB indicate setting his marking attitude. Although KDB managed to obtain an assist to Jack Grealish's header, Kevin De Bruyne was rather quiet the whole match. Under Fred marking, he had up to 20 possession loss with only 72 passing success rate. On Fred's side, he had amazing defensive performance, winning 5 out of 8 ground duels, committed with just only 2 fouls. But Fred not just contributed on the defensive, but offensive he had been almost flawless with 91% passing accuracy with 4 out of 4 long passes completed, shows one of his best examples in execution of plan, and in the end Man United won 2-1. Moving to another example of execution is Ander Herrera. The Spaniard signed to Old Trafford on the 36 million in the 2014, part of the huge incoming during the Van Gaal tenure. Herrera joining Man United was seen as the all-around, hardworking and clever central midfielder, capable of playing in multiple midfield positions with great effect. Although a Spanish under Atletico Bilbao graduate, Herrera possessed clean technique with a sure passing ability but do not have the clear-cut playmaking ability, but be made up with elite game understanding plus knack to provide 100% effort. Embrace being the symbol that Man United represented made him an absolute fan favourite. And his all-time moment, no question, will be playing against Chelsea in Old Trafford 16 April 2017. Chelsea at that time had another world-class Belgian player in the name of Eden Hazard, whom considered one of the best attackers/creator in the world, consistently terrorized defense with his nasty ball retention, blistering dribbling and spectacular goal scoring. In order to counter him, Man United manager at that time Jose Mourinho had Herrera deployed as the main man, fully committed to man-mark the Chelsea player of the season. And Herrera accepted the role to its fullness, even commented, "I'm going to try my best. Even if he goes to the toilet, I will follow him." Herrera made the execution to its fullness. Herrera not just effectively marked Hazard's impact to the minimal, but obtained with the bonus surprises. Herrera's score and assist in that match earned him a well-deserved Man of the Match award. The performance marking Hazard while contributed on the offense had been applauded by Man United fans, at the same time being brought up to this day as the pinnacle example of commitment and execution of plans. But despite being a massive favourite within the community, Herrera, due to salary dispute and mass management in the club, had the Spaniard leave to PSG for a bigger paycheck. Lastly, easily the best and most talked execution of plans, but not just one match but 2 matches in total. That man executed the plan with absolute perfection was another fan favourite, probably the most underrated Man United player, Ji-sung Park, aka Three Lungs Park. In the year 2005, the former Man United manager signed the South Korean from PSV. Initially, this move was viewed as a business move, with the pundits see this as a way Man United making into the Asian market. But Fergie insists it's a footballing reason, and he is right in many ways. Fitting to Park's nickname, Park had immense stamina and work engine capable to outrun most players, particularly in the defensive end, making a viable option for Man United squad. Hence, Fergie in many occasions played the South Korean in the big matches where had more emphasis in defense. Park's most famous or infamous moment came in 09 and 10 season, where Champions League round of 16 against AC Milan. During the mid-2000s to early 2010s, AC Milan had some unreal names in their squad like Gattuso, Andrea Pirlo and Ronaldinho. Those names were on many posters in many kids' bedroom. While at that time, AC Milan playstyle lived and died on Pirlo orchestrating in deep position. In order to limit this, Sir Alex eventually said to Park, "Your job today is not about touching the ball. It's not about making passes. Your job is Pirlo. That's all. Pirlo." Park, like a student of the game, took this start exceptionally, and at the start of the match in San Siro, Park instantly went up front to Pirlo, made the Italian as uncomfortable as possible, leaving little to no time to get his heads up and play make. Man United secured a 3-2 win away, earned them a precious 1 away goal advantage. Moving to Old Trafford, Sir Alex Ferguson again employed the same tactics, having Park hounding Pirlo whenever he goes, nullify him as much as possible, and Man United eventually pounded AC Milan with a 4-0 hammer, including Park also had his name in the scoresheet, qualified to the quarterfinals with a total of 7-2 aggregate. Park was so good in his man marking skill, Pirlo in both legs had a significant less touch compared to his average touches. Pirlo himself also remembered this incident, clearly stated in his book, "I think therefore I play," quoted, "A fleeting shabbiness came over the legend that night. At Milan he unleashed Park Ji-sung to shadow me. Park rushed at the speed of an electron. He did fling himself at me, his hands all over my back, tried to intimidate me. He looked at the ball, not know what it was for. They programmed him to stop me. His devotion to the task was almost touching. Even though he was a famous player, he consented to being used as a guard dog." Shows as a world-class player like Pirlo had a hard time dealing with the strategy planning focused on him and having a player to execute the plan flawlessly. Going through this example, here lies the importance of execution or a strategy or tactics. All examples had a similar theme, with all the players that had done those with insane work rates in both ends of the pitch at the same time consists of a strong belief in the plan by their respective managers. Most importantly, they embraced the Man United spirit, being the no giving up attitude to strong challenges contributed in all shape or form. In spite of execution, certain plans meant that they would sacrifice certain aspects of their game, in which all of them had to focus solely on defending rather than going for glory. But all of them had been embracing the plan and executed them to perfection. But coming back to the current Man United, there were a glaring issue was the lack of execution of the plan set by the manager or the coaches. In such, Erik ten Hag had been emphasizing on high-line compact midfield and front-two pressing structure, but not sure due to tactics adjustment or the players wary of the leak of pace in the defense. Often the gap between the midfield and the defense were very wide open, hence struggling to defense transition. In addition, in possession, Man United, same issue, especially with them down the scoreline. Midfield and attackers would push themselves up high too early and too fast, made the defense and the goalkeeper isolated. If an opponent with an aggressive pressing structure would cause massive issue to play from the back. In short, Man United really have a cultural issue that still remain deep in the club and would not really go away that quickly, despite Ineos and Erik ten Hag have been working hard to change that. Furthermore, squad players did not have that one player that would rather sacrifice their numbers or status to execute certain planning. Maybe the new signing of Ugarte or Mount might have that capability to do it, but right now Man United just do not have the execution ability yet. That's the end of the video. What do you guys think? Do you see Man United really lack of the execution of the tactics, or there was other issue for Man United currently? Comment down below so they can have a discussion. Hope you enjoyed this video. I will see you all in the next one.